A woman said to us recently, sitting in the hot seat, that she had been wanting to come to one of these gatherings, and there was one coming to a city not so far from her, although it seemed a bit out of reach to her, and she didn't have the money to come or travel. And she was talking with a friend, a good friend. They talk about law of attraction all the time, she said. And so she was talking to her friend, and the workshop was getting closer and closer, and she was remaining good feeling about it. You might say hopeful, but hopeful has a mix of resistance in it. So she was more than hopeful. She was really expecting that somehow it was going to happen, even though people in her family thought she was crazy because she couldn't afford it, and yet she remained positive thinking about it. So one morning, just a few days before the gathering, she was walking with a friend in the woods, and they were talking about law of attraction and how powerful it is and how fun it is to know about it and how good feeling they are and what a beautiful day it was. And she looked over in the woods, in the leaves, and she saw something. The sunlight caught her eye, and she went over and came up with an earring, a big diamond earring. Can't possibly be real. It's way too big to be real, but it was. Had a value of $5,000. She came to the workshop, and of all the people sitting in the audience, she lighted up nice and bright. We found her over there. She came up, told the story to everyone, and most people think, oh, what a lucky thing that was. And we say, what a law of attraction thing that was, and what a receptive mode she was in, a receptive mode that made it possible for her to be walking at the right time in the right place and looking just right when the sunlight was shining just right. How about that? At the same gathering, another woman told us another similar sort of story, that she also wanted to come to a gathering, also was waiting to gather up the money, didn't know how she was going to do it either, and a friend said that she would help her with her flight. And so she got her through an airline affiliation on standby, and the two of them were flying from two different cities to Chicago. And so she got to the airport, and the flight filled, and there wasn't room for her. But she didn't feel discouraged, because she'd been thinking about it for a while, and she really believed she would get on the flight. And then the next flight filled, and she didn't get on it either. But she still didn't lose her feeling of expectation. She called her friend, who was just boarding her flight from her city, and she said, I didn't get on the first two flights. And her friend said, well, maybe you could get a flight to another city, and then you could get a flight from that city into Chicago. That's a possibility. And so the woman went to the help counter, and she proposed that to the woman behind the counter, and the woman said, well, where is it you're wanting to go? And she said, I'm wanting to go to Chicago. And she said, wait a minute. And she looked, and she said, I think I can get you on this flight. And so she gave her the gate assignment, and off she went. And when she got onto the aircraft, she was the only passenger on it. It was a great big airplane that was being moved, and she was the only passenger on the airplane. The captain said, good morning, ma'am. The flight attendant stood in front of her and did the all just for her. When you are a cooperative component to your own desires, all providence moves too. All things that are a vibrational match to your desire are already lined up. The question is, are you lined up with your desire? And the answer is, if you're feeling good, yes, and if you're not feeling good, no. So I want to talk today about what it takes to be in that satisfaction mode, because we know sometimes it feels to you like you are a long way in terms of time or space from the unfolding of something that you want, but you really are not. You're just a vibrational smidgen away. You're just a little vibrationally out of tune because of habits of thought that you could change, just not all at once. And so we'll talk today about whatever you want. It is our intention to help you through our conversation together to find a vibrational stance of more allowing, a vibrational stance of more believing, a vibrational stance that causes you to be in that vibrational place, in that receptive mode where you get to receive. where you feel an impulse that is so strong, and when you follow that impulse, it leads to something that is more and more and more. And after a little while, you'll be so sure of this process, so sure of how it works, and so aware of where you stand in it, because you're aware of how you feel, that you'll be able to little by little contour more and more of your thoughts, so that you're more and more in the receptive mode of more and more of the things that you want. And then it gets easier and easier, because the better you feel, the more of it comes, the more of it comes, the better you feel, the better you feel, the more of it comes, the more of it comes, the better you feel, until you just get on this cycle of belief and knowing that you are the creator of your own reality, and that you live in a cooperative universe that is rooting for you, and that you have non-physical energy who is flowing to you and through you, and that you can receive it if you want to. So what do you want to talk about? Some things. It's going to be a really good day. We can tell you in advance. A lot of trouble in this room. Begin right here.
I didn't really have a question. I have a story, I guess, leading up to a question. I woke up really early one day, and I wanted to think of a trip I could go on. Something just cheap and easy and quick. And I'm like, oh, well, I wonder what Abraham's doing. I want to see, what's going on there. And so I went on to the website and checked where the workshops were, and it was 3 weeks later, today, was going to be in Buffalo, an hour from where I live, and I'm pretty sure you haven't been in Buffalo for like a really, really long time. At least I haven't noticed. So immediately I was extremely ecstatic that you're going to be this close and this soon, and so I was just like, bye, like just get the ticket. And so that's basically just a short story how I got here. And so
an impulse, receiving mode, impulse, and not anything to write home about. Yeah. Not anything major. Don't write a book about it. It'll be boring.
I probably could.
Yes, but an impulse that led to something. And wasn't it satisfying when you woke up with the feeling and then got the next thought, then the next thought, and then found satisfaction? That was satisfying, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And looking back again, also, I could just see the perfect timing of it all. Just the fact that I was just in that spot to think of it at that time. And anyway, so knowing that I was coming here, I'm like, oh God, I really want to be in the hot seat, because who doesn't?
That person over there who doesn't want to. Getting ready to be 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 ready. And so apparently you're ready. And
so I'm thinking to myself, well, what am I going to ask? Like, I had no idea what I wanted to ask, and I had listened to your stuff for about 6 years now, and I feel like I know almost any response that you might give me to any question.
Because we only have one answer.
Yeah. And so literally I kept on thinking, like, what would I ask? And I figured, okay, well, just don't try and think too hard. Just let it be. Don't write anything down, bring it with you. You'll think of something in the moment.
You might even be in the receptive mode and receive a thought, which is what makes co-creation at its best.
Exactly, yes. And so I was even telling people before I came up here, I'm like, I just feel like I might go up there, I'm pretty sure, but I'm not going to stress anything. I'm not going to be the first one. I'm not even going to try.
Which is the perfect stance to live a perfect life, or a wonderful, good feeling life, because satisfied and eager for more. You just couldn't find a better emotional stance. Satisfied and eager. And not desperate.
No, I definitely wasn't trying to be desperate in any way. It was just, it would be fun. That was the kind of thought. It'd be fun to be up there, and again, hopefully a question comes to me. So now that I'm here, I still haven't been quite inspired to a thought, but...
The reason that we think this is such a good conversation to have is because when you're getting ready to be ready to be ready to be ready, it's satisfying, 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 satisfying. And the manifestation, in this case, the manifestation of being called and having this conversation, that's a fairly exhilarating manifestation. Yes. And the thing that we really want to say to you is that, as in the example of our friend who went on a walk with her friend in the woods like they do all the time, not a manifestation that's so exhilarating because it's sort of their pattern. Finding a diamond in the bushes is a pretty exhilarating experience. But you got to be on the walk in order to find the diamond. And if she hadn't been ready for that and ready for that and ready for that, it's the vibrational readiness that we're talking about. It's not you figuring out where the right place and the right time are. It's the right vibrational stance. And we are just saying to you, the right vibrational stance is one of happiness, one of satisfaction, which means you got to find some way to feel good anyway. And that's hard for most physical beings, because without these things that they want, over here is where things have manifested in our example. And this is where most people are looking. And this is what you're cataloging and pigeonholing and recognizing and showing to each other. And this is what you are spending most of your time thinking about. And in doing so, you're introducing enough resistance with what's there and what's not there, that you're not in the receiving mode, so that you don't have good timing. So you sort of have to stumble on things, stumble on a diamond in the woods. It's all right to do that. It's all right to stumble on them. And that's really the way life yields to you. It's just you discovering whatever you're ready to discover. And so the factor here is not what you're discovering or when you're discovering, it's your readiness. It's your readiness, and your readiness is determined by your emotional state of being. If you are usually in a bad mood, you're not in the emotional state of being where you have very good timing about things. If you are defensive, you're not in an emotional state of being, because your emotions indicate your vibrational mix. But if you are feeling optimistic, if you're feeling eager, that's why it's so nice. You fall in love and you've got this person that you're focused upon for a little while, in positive ways, before you get to know each other. And in that exhilaration, all kinds of things start lining up for you, because you have an object of attention that is sort of holding you in the receptive mode. We just want to say to you, you have the ability to put yourself in the receptive mode, and you have the ability to milk it and stay there longer, until before long you've flipped your vibrational mix. Then you're more ready for more things. And that's why you look at someone who's on one of those tracks and you say, you are so lucky. And often, from your not tuned in perspective, you assign reason for their success. Oh, you inherited it, or oh, you were just lucky. You don't let yourself explain to yourself the real reason. And this is the real reason. You found some way to be in a receptive mode where you've got particularly good timing. And as you started noticing that you had particularly good timing, your timing got even better. So you rendezvous more frequently with more of the things that you do want. And then, of course, it gets easier and easier, doesn't it? It's not difficult, if you're living a lovely life, to focus upon the loveliness of your life. But you know, there are some people who are focusing really lovely lives in one aspect, and they still complain about the stuff and before long, the loveliness just sort of dwindles away. They don't sustain it very long, because you cannot focus in opposition to who you are and get what you're wanting. So we like that you had these thoughts in advance. We like that you received awareness of something. We like that the thought of something came to you and that it felt good. And we like that you managed the vibration of it enough that it came to a fruition. We think it's wonderful to be ready, to be ready, to be ready. And oh, the things that are at your doorstep, the things that you are in the vicinity of receiving, it is so delicious for us to have awareness of what is in the process of unfolding for you. And you know, we stand in readiness, in sort of alert readiness, in pleasure of those points of timing when something explodes just a little further into your creative experience, because your creation is also our creation. And you know, that exhilaration that you feel, that's our exhilaration that you are in the receiving mode of. When you feel that exhilaration, that's because we've got our eye on you, and that feeling that you're feeling is the feeling that we're feeling. And for those moments of elation and love and appreciation, we are bonded in singular vibrational frequency. That's what that is.